it's a ticket. Talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it.
And it's a ticket. Talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. I'm a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. Comma and a comma. Gotta get it. And it's a ticket. Talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a.
Welcome, everybody. This is Waifu Views, your favorite female-led podcast, giving you everything fandom with a side of waifu. As always, I am Ebony Moonbeam, and I'm here with the beautiful...
honey Char, a jar of honey, like a jar of honey, only sweeter. There we go.
And we have a great show for you guys today because we get to interview the phenom, the one, the only... Blvck Bulmaa, the content creator. Welcome.
Hi, what's going on, guys? Yes, it's me, Blvck Bulmaa, #1 Dragon Ball obsessive fan.
We're so glad to have you. Thank you so much for being here. So just like I said, we have a great interview for you guys, but you already know how it goes. Please like, share, and subscribe at the Blerd Cartel on all social media platforms, at Blerd Official on YouTube, at blerd.com. And later in the show, we will give you all our personal pages so you can follow us and see what we have cooking up. So let's get right on into it.
So first, we know you're a big Dragon Ball fan. Now, what got you hooked on Dragon Ball Z?
So I do get that. I get asked that all the time. It's probably what got me. It's a difference between me being hooked on it and like how I started. Like how I started with Dragon Ball was growing up. Like I feel like it's kind of basic, like how everybody grew up watching anime and things like that. Like I grew up watching it like with my twin brother and my older brother. Like we just watched a bunch of stuff on Toonami and just kind of like growing up watching it, like with Naruto, Inuyasha, Full Metal, stuff like that. When I became like an actual Dragon Ball fan was probably like more so when I was like older. I kind of I watched it a lot when I was going on my weight loss journey, so it kind of made me love the series a little bit more, and then I just started like rewatching it and then just falling in love with it and just reading the manga. So it was probably me more so as an adult. I got more invested than when I was a kid, because I was like more so a Naruto fan when I was a little girl. I'm not even gonna hold you. Yeah,
I've not heard that. Wow, that's crazy, honestly.
Yeah.
So do you feel like you experience more hate because you're a woman as a Dragon Ball content creator? And if so, like, how do you maneuver around that?
Oh, I mean, so when it comes to like the Dragon Ball fandom, it's really male led. Like the Dragon Ball, obviously Dragon Ball catered more towards men. You can kind of tell with like not really having a lot of female leads or like having a lot of female cast in the series. So with that being the case, it's kind of like it gravitated and has grown a massive male fan base. So when you go ahead and you stick a woman in there who knows what she's talking about, a lot of people question like, oh, does she really know what she's talking about? So when I have made my content throughout the years, it was like, yeah, sometimes I'll give my opinion, sometimes I'll be wrong, but the thing about it is like it always faulted to me because I'm a woman. It's just like, it's not because I didn't know. I might have not known what I'm talking about, but it was like, oh, she's a woman, so that's kind of obvious. You know what I'm saying? So, I've even to this day, I still deal with a lot of men just being, I don't know if it's intimidation or if it's just like, they're just not used to a woman kind of knowing about Dragon Ball. And it's crazy. And how I kind of deal with it, I just kind of ignore it because like I love Dragon Ball so much that it's just like y'all gonna have to just come on. It's 2023. Like I think like it's not even just Dragon Ball's anime period. Like you know what I mean? Like women are coming up and loving anime just as much as men are. It was popularized back in the day by men, but women love it as well. And that's no different from the Dragon Ball series. Like, you know what I'm saying? So,
right.
I mean, I wish I knew more women like me who were highly invested in Dragon Ball, which I kind of know a couple, but as obsessive it is as me, I can only count myself. I ain't gonna count.
But before we move on, I do have a question piggybacking off of that. Do you believe that you being a woman played a factor in your very, very famous TikTok beef with King Pussycat?
That's a really I don't that so that beef I had with him was chaotic and probably one of the only things I wish I could just push in the back of my memory. I will say it didn't start because I was a woman. It started because what you'll find being a content creator is the higher you are, the more power you think you have. And when you're faced with smaller content creators, you feel like you have some sort of power over them because you have been in the game more, you have more followers, you have more clout. And it's just like when you feel like you can intimidate a smaller creator, but that creator is not intimidated, then there's a bit of conflict. And I don't think my issue with him started with me being a woman. Like, I don't want to play the woman role because I know how much they hate that, but I think later on it became about me being a woman. It was a man versus a woman, but in the beginning it was more so power. Like, a lot of people, like I said, when they get a certain amount of followers and clout and things like that, they feel like they have this power where it's just like, oh, I'm big bad and you need to grovel to my feet. And those are the type of creators I kind of typically tell people to stay away from. So yeah, absolutely. I don't think me being a woman didn't initiate, but later on, yes, definitely.
So I feel like you kind of answered the question of, is the Dragon Ball community as toxic as people think it is?
Yes, the Dragon Ball fandom is toxic, and I will admit I have played a part in the toxicity in the Dragon Ball community. Only because I can only say it because I'm a Goku fan. Like, being a Goku fan specifically, because Goku is probably one of the most loved and most hated characters, not even in the community, but not even just in the Dragon Ball community, but in the anime community, period. Mainly because you got the little younger kids saying that he solos and he's just the most powerful and he's better than everyone. So you know what I'm saying? So I started my content creating with saying Goku solos and stuff like that, just to troll, because it definitely brings engagement to your platform. But later on, it's just a troll thing. But the thing is, the Dragon Ball community is extremely toxic on one span with it. I always separate it between guys just wanting to gatekeep when I'm with women, or just any topic, period, and power scaling. Those are the two, for me, the two most toxic parts of the Dragon Ball community. It's the gatekeeping, with everybody feeling like, oh, I know more than you do, so you can't talk. And then you have the power scaling, which ruins Dragon Ball, because people think that Dragon Balls are all about power scaling when it's actually not. So yes, the Dragon Ball is I've been a content creator since I think 2019. So I've been here not a long time, but enough to tell you that the Dragon Ball community is extremely toxic, very toxic.
And you mentioned that Goku is your favorite to use to troll and things. Is he your favorite character overall, and how did he become your favorite character?
So that's a story that I love to tell every time someone asks me. So Goku has not always been my favorite anime character. Like I said before, my favorite anime character used to be Naruto. I was a huge Naruto fan. Still love Naruto though. No diss on Naruto though. But I grew to love Goku more so as an adult, because I started a weight loss journey back in 2019, kind of similar when I started my content creating career. And I kind of just watched Dragon Ball and Goku's motivation and his training sessions and his battling, the music with the composition, the OSTs, and just watching the series overall while I worked out and was losing all that weight kind of inspired me. Plus, I just love Goku as a character because even though there's a lot of MCs out there that has that same trope with no matter what, don't give up, keep going, don't let the antagonist win. I just feel like Goku, he's the originator of that. He saw, he saw his friend died, and he overcame that, and he makes friends out of his enemies and things like that. So I think when it comes to Goku, it's like overcoming obstacles, no matter what somebody pushes onto you, is like something that I kind of live with even to this day. So I think that, plus the connection that I had with him while I was losing weight, just kind of gravitated towards me, kind of him being my favorite of all time. Plus he's legendary, so yeah.
That's a beautiful story. I'm gonna need to use him for my weight loss journey.
It's why I say, listen, if you ever meet any trainer, like anybody that goes to the gym, 9 times out of 10 they be listening, watching Dragon, or listening to Dragon Ball. Like a lot of them be like wanting to work out like Vegeta and shit like that. Like they definitely be trying to be like them. So, and I was one of them at one point, but yeah, there is very motivational to watch when you trying to change your life.
So with a whopping 100 and almost 136,000 followers on TikTok, and I don't even have the numbers for your Instagram and your Twitter and your Facebook page, but when you started your content creating journey, did you know you would become this popular?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I can tell you right now, I don't even know how I got here. I mean, I know how I got to get the followers that I got, but I didn't really expect like my following to grow so much, because when I first started, like I just was talking about Dragon Ball. Like I started just making tweets and like sharing tweets, and my friends supporting me. I was on a podcast called Ginyu Talk, and we were talking about Dragon Ball all the time and having fun there, and they supported me throughout all of that. And I was still kind of like a smaller account, and then one of my great amazing friends, Jensen, he's a comic book content creator. He actually introduced me to TikTok, and he kept telling me like, go on TikTok, and I was kind of stalling it because I'm like, oh my god, I don't want to start. So he just like kind of like, just start on TikTok. So I made a TikTok, and I just started like talking about Dragon Ball, and just eventually just started growing, and then I just got to where I was today. But honestly, I'll tell you right now, I didn't know I was going to grow such a big following. I'm extremely humble, and I'm extremely grateful for every single person who even decides to even want to look at my content. You know what I'm saying? You could be doing anything else, but if you just kind of sit and just want to watch my videos or read any of my, informational posts or memes, whatever people want to call them, I'm extremely grateful. So it's just like, even if I had 10K or 5K, I'm always going to be very humble.
Okay, so you say Jensen introduced you to TikTok and like that big platform. What is your process in content creating? Like, how do you come up with your content?
So to be honest, I can really kind of start with like, content creating is all about investing in yourself. So I've had several people always come up to me asking me about how they can become content creators, or even a Dragon Ball content creator. And the main thing I can tell you is that it's a dedication thing. So when it comes to me creating my content, it's me getting up every day, even though I do work a 9-to-5 job and I'm also a mother. Blvck Bulmaa is always in the back of my mind, and any content creator will tell you that, especially if they're a full-time content creator. They're always going to tell you that you have to dedicate 100% of your time on creating content. People think because even if you are solely living off of content creating, it's a 24-hour job, but it's lucrative because you're investing in yourself. So every single day I'm investing, I'm looking things up, I'm talking about things, I'm compiling things and notes and pre-planning content and stuff like that. So the process is really just me kind of just, working and investing in myself, and, trying to find new things to make my brand Blvck Bulmaa kind of flourish and kind of be set apart. Because another thing is, like, when you're a content creator, you really have to have this thing called a niche, and if you don't really have it, you're really not going to be that different from other people that are trying to make it. And I found my niche. Obviously, I'm a Black woman that loves Goku. You don't really see a lot of those around. So I kind of grew on that and kind of branched off. And a lot of people have, I've worked with a lot of people. I will kind of say that Blvck Bulmaa is not something that I worked on solely by myself. I have to think multiple, it's just a multiple people who even support me today, that has helped me grow, multiple Facebook groups that let me share my, that has been letting me share my content in their groups for like years. One of my great friends, Ed, he helps me all the time and even helps me promote my pages. He shares my stuff in his pages all the time. He's a longtime friend I've had for years. My two friends, Gary and Sam, which I did a podcast with, they've helped. It's like, it's so many people I can think. It'll take forever, but the process of content creating really comes from my mind and my creativity, but my growth comes from a lot of people around me just supporting me and wanting me to grow as a Dragon Ball content creator.
Okay. So, what would you say is your favorite part of being a Dragon Ball content creator?
My favorite part is the response that people have to my posts. Every time I make a post, I always look to see what the first couple comments are and how people are going to respond, because I do put a lot of work into each post. Like a lot of people say, like a lot of people have minimalized my content as, yeah, it's just pictures with words, and it's just like, yeah, to you that's what it is, but to me it's my hard work. You know what I'm saying? Like you can minimalize basketball to guys dribbling a ball, putting it in a hole, but they get paid off of that. You know what I'm saying? Get paid millions of dollars to do shit like that. So to me, like I put a lot of research and a lot of time, and I talk about Dragon Ball and things like that. So the best part to me is just kind of like creating, number one, creating the content, finding new ideas, and just basically seeing how people respond to it. Sometimes it could be a little bit toxic based on the conversation that I say, because a lot of people don't really like my opinions. I do have a lot of biased content because I am a Goku fan. So you really will never see any post of me talking bad about Goku. You won't ever see, you can't pull up one Blvck Bulmaa video, meme, anything of me ever talking bad about Goku, because I ain't never gonna disrespect him. So but yeah, just the best part is probably just seeing people interact with my stuff and share my stuff, and just seeing where it goes. Like you ever just see where you ever just put something out there and just see where it goes. Like I just kind of look and it just travels. Just be like, yo, I just be like, sometimes I'll be scrolling on my phone and I'll be like, yo, that's one of my memes. Like what the fuck? Like, and people argue like, oh shit. It's really just seeing where it goes, how people respond to it, and just going on from there. Because what I do is every time I post, I just figure out, okay, so people like that, so let me maybe next week post about something similar. So I kind of just work with myself, challenge myself, and kind of just see what people like, what they don't like, what people respond to, type stuff.
Awesome. What would you say is your like favorite part of creating Dragon Ball content, and what's your biggest like negative or ick?
Favorite thing is the creative process. I love using a lot of art. I know a lot of people are against AI art right now, but my favorite part of making my content is the creative process of it, is using artwork or even creating my own. I'm starting to become a video editor now, trying to post YouTube videos, which is kind of a hassle.
That's hard.
But it's really more so the creative part about my content, because it's like something that I create, that I put out there, that I want people to enjoy and love. You know what I'm saying? So that will probably be my favorite part, is people liking and just enjoying what I put my hard work in. The bad part is people stealing my content. I've complained about that. I've been complaining about that for years. Cam has given me advice on that, and plenty of people are giving me. The problem that I'll say with being a content creator is when you make something that might go viral, because I've gone viral several times, and it's just like a lot of my content that's going viral, if I don't like to put a lot of watermarks on my stuff, because I want people to enjoy what I've written. I don't want people to see my Blvck Bulmaa in every 30,000 corners and across the picture. You know what I'm saying? I want you to enjoy what I've created. But I also, when I put less of my identifiers on my content, that gives people options to steal my stuff, which has happened multiple times. But one of my very great friends, Alex, who actually runs Unrelenting Gaming, he's a Dragon Ball content. He just told me that it's just like, it's nothing you can do about it. When you become something so great, a lot of people are inspired by you, or they want to be you. You know what I'm saying? So it's nothing I can do about it. You know, if somebody steal my content, I can complain about it, but it's already out. It's the internet. You know what I mean? So
You're right.
they go and copy, and I'm not even gonna lie. When I first started making content, I was inspired by a lot of creators. A lot of my content, I have mimicked other creators before in my early works. You can kind of tell, but then you start to like grow your own thing. You know what I'm saying? You grow your own thing and make your own type of content. You start off with maybe something that kind of looks similar to somebody, but then you eventually got to make your own shit, because eventually it's like you're not going to ever have, you're never going to be yourself. You're going to be, okay, well, I look like this person. Like, I've had people DM me asking me, oh, how you make your font, where you get your pictures from, how do you format that like that, how did you know what I'm saying? I'll tell you how to grow, but I'm not going to give you the Blvck Bulmaa blueprint, because why would you want to be like me? I don't want to be like anybody else. So yeah, that would probably be the worst part to me, is people stealing my content. I can't, that shit enrages me, because it's just like you're getting clout and views off of something that I worked hard on. So yeah, that'd probably be about it.
No, I totally get that. I even well, you see it a lot with cosplay as well. Like, obviously you're gonna get a lot of the same songs with the characters and stuff, but when the video is damn near like exactly the same, eventually it's gonna come back to you, and it's gonna be like, well, I saw that a lot on TikTok. Oh yeah,
they do that. They do that on TikTok. Like, I don't know how people on TikTok deal with that. I can't deal with, like, if I make a dance up, or if I say a phrase in, and you got a company that's stealing and put it on their logos, or I can't do it, because it's like you can't really, you have to patent that, and it's just like, that's to say you gotta have the money for that and shit. Like, it's just like TikTok is really good for copyright. Like, you do something popular and then they just take it, and it's just, you don't even know where it originated from. I would hate that shit. For
So would you is content creating your end goal, or do you see this being an avenue for something else?
Content creating is the end goal. I hope to become a full-time content creator and live off of Blvck Bulmaa, but you know, it's just one step at a time. Not saying that, you know, I'm not that far from that goal, but I still, like, you know, like I said, like, I still work a 9-to-5 job, you know, because, you know, I'm an adult, you know, got
right.
You know what I'm saying? Them bills ain't gonna be like, oh, we gonna wait till Blvck Bulmaa pull off, and then we gonna, you know what I'm saying? I still got bills to pay, you know what I mean? So I still work, but it's like, you know, when the time is right. I know when the time is right, when it's time for me to you know, branch off and make Blvck Bulmaa a full-time thing for me. But right now is not that. I have so many things that I have planned for Blvck Bulmaa in the future. So, and I don't want to fully commit myself to BB right now as full-time. But yeah, later on in the future, I'm 100% hoping to live off of my brand. But fingers crossed, yes, and hope, and, you know, a little bit of prayer and hard work and consistency is all I say.
Now, speaking of like moving forward and making your brand like bigger, able to live off of, do you have any collabs that you're doing, or other people that you're working with, and what collabs are you looking forward to in the future that you hope to gain?
The thing about me is that I don't really do like collaborations like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if anybody were, I've actually, I mean, it depends on what you mean by collaboration. I've been hit up all the time for people who want to kind of like, you know, do memes together, or they want me to put them, you know, sponsor them or something. I've done sponsorships, but like, as far as working with people, I want to tell y'all the honest truth. A lot of people don't want to work together. They want to have issues with each other, because in this content creating life, and I'm not gonna say everywhere, what I've learned is people rather make you your enemy than your ally. And it's kind of crazy what I've seen, like, as a content creator. You know what I'm saying? There's some avenues I don't really like to travel down because I see how people work, and it's a dark area in the content creating world. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like to collab with a lot of people that I know I can't really, vibe with, or I can't, benefit from. And that's just not to say there's people I can't benefit from, but it's like I feel like some people, it's just like your intentions aren't pure. I have no problem ever collaborating with anyone. Like I said, I've gotten sponsorships, people who wanted me to I just actually did a sponsorship today for this amazing company. So I have no problem as far as that type of collaboration, but as far as like somebody wanting to work with me with content creating or things like that, I would really have to check you out, because I've gone down that path and some people have definitely, double crossed me and was very, very crazy. So I'm very hesitant when it comes to collaborating with a lot of people, because I just feel like they don't really have their best interests in heart, and they damn sure don't have mine. And one thing about me is I'm not gonna let nobody. Blvck Bulmaa is everything to me, so it's like I'm not going to just collaborate with somebody that's going to destroy my brand. So yeah,
right. That makes sense. Is there any advice for anyone trying to get into the fandom content creating in particular?
Like advice on just being a content creator
for a fandom, like Dragon Ball, Naruto,
okay.
Stuff like that.
So I always feel like it's a blessing and a curse to be a content creator for just one specific fandom, because when you become a content creator for one specific fandom, you only have that fan, that anime or whatever you talk about. You could be talking about anything. You only are limited to that. So I just tell people, if you're going to just be an individual, one anime, one topic content creator, just know that's really your limit. But it's what you can do with it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Dragon Ball hasn't been out since 2018, and I push content out every single day. You know what I'm saying? So you have to do your research. It's really about like it's really about your dedication. Like if I don't tell anybody anything when it comes to being a content creator, you have to want it. You know what I'm saying? You can't be like, oh, I see Blvck Bulmaa, or I see Corey Kenshin, or I see RDC, or I see them doing it. I can, you know what I'm saying? I want to, like, no, it's like y'all really, I think a lot of people don't know what comes behind the scene when it comes to being a content. It comes with spending hours with editing and researching and stress and long nights, no sleep. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like whether you want to be a content creator for one topic or multiple topics, or one fan base or multiple fan base, you gotta want it. You can't want it because you see it's working for somebody else. Because you can be, I see people on streaming video games and ain't nobody there, and it's just like, you look miserable because ain't nobody support. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta want it for yourself. It gotta be times where I have off days as well. Like there be times I post shit, the shit don't even go off. I still keep that shit up because you know what I'm saying? It's consistency. So dedication, consistency is really the only things I can give you before you even go into editing or trying to get yourself out there. It's like, build something that every single time you work on it, it makes you happy, whether or not it flops or not. So that's all I can kind of tell you to do.
If you could change anything about the verse as well as the community, what would you choose?
If I could change one thing about Dragon Ball itself, I wish it would go a little bit more into lore. I think that Akira Toriyama is getting a little bit up there in age where he just kind of, I'm not saying he's being basic, but it's just like, he's never been a very complex mangaka in my eyes. He's had very complex arcs, but I feel like he should make a lot of the arcs a little bit more complex, where my heart is racing when certain things happen, or you can tell like something crazy is going to happen, where it's going to, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I haven't felt that since Dragon Ball Z or maybe Goku Black arc. So I feel like I wish Akira Toriyama would make the arcs a little bit more heart racing, where it's like, yeah, somebody could die and maybe the Dragon Balls aren't available, or just make me feel like, oh my God, like what's really about to happen next. I don't want it to be like so predictable, you know what I'm saying? Especially with
Right.
what's going on with the manga and this retelling crap. But if I can change one thing about the fan base, is I wish that Dragon Ball fans would enjoy Dragon Ball for what it is and not for what you want it to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of Dragon Ball fans hate the series because it's like, oh, this character isn't doing this how I want, or this story's not going that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you have to understand, Dragon Ball belongs to Akira Toriyama. He's going to do whatever he wants, and he don't care about what the West wants or what Japan wants. He's going to do whatever he wants. He's going to sign off on whatever he wants to do, and ain't nothing we could do about it except enjoy it and love it or hate it or critique it, whatever, that's really about it. So, just enjoy it for what it is. Stop overcomplicating things and just, either leave it alone or watch it. Because I see people like, there'd be a manga come out and they be like, oh my God, this sucks. This is the reason why I stopped reading it. Motherfucker, you just read the recent chapter. Like, you a fan like me. Like, that's how I'm begin. Like, they'll be like, oh, I'm done watching and reading this. But you right there on the 20th, every time the fucking manga drop. Like, bro, you invested in this like me. Just say that you don't like it, bro. But other than that, like, you know what I'm saying? Other than that, I mean, that's really kind of all I would change about the fandom and the anime.
So when you talk about like Dragon Ball, of all the series of like Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, all of those, which is your favorite and which do you think is like the worst?
So hard to answer. I always get asked that. Right now, I would say I am a fan of Super. I do love Dragon Ball Super. As much hate that Dragon Ball Super did, because I read the manga, I love Dragon Ball Super. I feel like so many fans are stuck in nostalgia. Cell, Boo, Majin, whatever, Vegito. Listen, it's 2023. Goku got Ultra Instinct. Vegeta hair can go purple. Piccolo done turned orange on us. Y'all gotta get out of fucking Cell and Team Gohan. Like, Team Gohan got a family and a wife and kids. And fucking hair can go gray now. Like, I mean, I've seen so many Dragon Ball fans like, oh my God, Team Gohan, I just want him to be like that again. Well, no, motherfucker, they grow. They get character development. Like, we gotta move on and come to 2023 where these characters that y'all keep trying to hold on to with Z, it's like Super got so many arcs now. It's like, we gotta move on. Like, for me, I love Super. I know it gets a lot of hate because a lot of people think it's not like Z or anything like that, but I don't think Super is as bad as people make it out to be. I think Akira Toriyama has a lot of good things in store for us in the future, and definitely looking forward to talking about it and sharing those experiences with my fans and stuff like that, because that's one thing I do love is, when new things happen in Dragon Ball, I love to like quickly run and I'm gonna say hey to guys, and I see people saying hi to me in the comments. I'm sorry, I've been like hey guys. But it's like, I love sharing those new experiences with fans. That's probably another favorite part that I love is like when new things come out, I get to like see people's reaction and talk about it with people. So yeah.
Awesome.
So I know a lot of people ask this question and you're constantly answering it, but for the people, do you read or watch anything besides Dragon Ball?
Yes. God, if I can get $1 every time I pass that. Jeez.
So God, is there anything you're watching right now that really has your eye? Or reading right now that really has your eye?
Yeah, so I keep up pretty much on everything that's coming out right now. I'm watching Vinland. I'm watching Demon Slayer. I just finished Bungo Stray Dogs. I'm watching my little son Boji. But right now what's catching my eye is Vinland Saga. I love it. Vinland Saga been getting a whole lot of motherfucking hate calling it Farmland Saga and shit like that, but y'all gonna stop playing with my boy Thorfinn.
I call it Farmland because I like the name Farmland. If they are on a farm, I have reclaimed it. I have reclaimed the name, and I'd be like, Farmland Saga is everything. Y'all sleep.
Y'all
and you gotta
gotta
just
get off
reclaim
my.
it.
See, this is my thing. See, this is my thing. Like Thorfinn, I keep telling people Thorfinn deserved this. If you watched all of the first season,
Yes, he did.
you know Thorfinn, what he going through right now. Obviously, he trying to get retribution from and trying to get some type of peace for what he did to so many people on the battlefield. And I think I forget the other guy's name is his release to that, because he's on the other end of what Thorfinn did. Thorfinn was the assailant and the guy was the victim. So it's like he's kind of like seeing like, yeah, so many people are hurt. And I feel like it is funny to say Farmland Saga, but for me it's like Thorfinn just like living outside of the reality that he had for himself growing up. So it was like I love this character development for Thorfinn. It's probably one of my favorites right now. It's like has me hooked. And I can't wait to see where it goes. But I'll say Vinland Saga right now has me in a chokehold. And that's probably about it. But I am watching a lot of other anime. I wish I could just get tattooed right here. Yes, Black woman watches other anime. I watch other anime. I'm not just a Dragon Ball content creator. A Dragon Ball fan. I am an anime fan. I've always been an anime fan. I love all anime, but Dragon Ball has a special place in my heart that it will never go away. I will continue to talk about Dragon Ball for the rest of my life. Pretty much.
Well, that's a good segue into our last and final spicy question of the day. And that is, if Dragon Ball ended tomorrow, is there any anime manga thus far that can take its place?
Honestly, nah. I love Dragon Ball. It's just Dragon Ball is just right here for me. I've invested. I can't even tell you what I've invested in Dragon Ball. Like my time, my motherfucking name. You know how many people call me Bulmaa? It's so crazy. People call me Bulmaa.
I have to catch myself on TikTok not to call you your real name. I'll be like, oh.
No, it's cool. Like some people call me Taye, but I will tell you, like with my friends, they all call me Bulmaa. I met them all on TikTok, so they're my bestest of friends. I love them all, but that's my name. I'll be like, what the fuck? Like, I forget my name's Taylor. I'll be like, yo, they be like Bulmaa. I'll be like, this is really my name now. But I would say, no, Dragon Ball is just too special to me. There's other anime that have different places in my heart, but if Dragon Ball were to end, I will still continue to try my best to still keep it alive as I'm doing right now. Seeing as though the only thing we're surviving off of is the manga. But other than that, like I can honestly say there's not another anime I could honestly try to like start over with, because it's just Dragon Ball for me. Period.
Well, before we go, thank you once again for coming on here and spending your Sunday with us. I know you got a lot of other things going on, so we really appreciate it. You are my in real life favorite waifu, honestly. I've been stalking your page since before the TikTok, so I'm so happy that you came on. Yes. Before we go on, are we going to get a Dragon Ball cosplay out of you? Because I've seen one before. Are we ever going to get one?
I'm not a cosplayer. It's just like I did it before because it was just like a lot of people were like asking me to like do Bulma and Goku, but I don't know. I don't know if people don't know. I'm extremely shy. I know it's hard to believe. I mean, not saying it's hard to believe because I put myself out there, but I am probably one of the shyest people you will ever meet. It's so hard for me to put myself out there sometimes, but I force myself to because, like I said, I want to grow, but I am so shy. Like, I don't even barely post pictures of myself. So to post a cosplay, like, I don't know. Maybe
you can do it. I have faith in you.
I don't
Your
know.
cosplays would go viral. You should do it at a convention. DreamCon.
Maybe I had to do like drink a little bit or something, but I don't know.
I'll be a bartender for you. Give you a little liquid courage. Okay, so can you tell everybody where to find you if you have any new, fun, exciting things coming our way? Anything you want the people to know?
Yeah, of course. I'm Blvck Bulmaa everywhere, as you guys can see. BLVCK BUMAA. Everywhere, no underspaces, no dashes, no anything. The quickest way to get to all my social media platforms is if you find me on anywhere, you'll always see my link tree where you'll see all my social media platforms. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. Everywhere you can see social media people talking, I am there. I'm recently trying to grow my YouTube channel to provide people with longer videos and detailed videos because I can't take the short videos no more. I feel like they're a quick and easy way. So I'm trying to make like longer videos. So if you guys want to follow me on YouTube, I post content on there for everyone to enjoy and love. And yeah, I be trying to give people the updates. We're not getting much of an updates right now, but I just be trying to give people the Dragon Ball updates. So check me out, Blvck Bulmaa everywhere. Check your girl out.
What about you, Shar?
Yeah, first of all, thanks so much for coming on. I am a jar of honey, the sweet and sticky, like a jar of honey, only sweeter. You can find me at a jar of honey on Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, Twitter, and all that jazz.
And I am Ebony_Moonbeam. You can find me on TikTok, Facebook, Twitch, and Instagram. I am a cosplayer, so I will be dropping some photos. I'm going to try and drop some tonight. But as you can see, I was dressed up as Bunny Bulmaa. I got my little radar and everything. I was at a convention this weekend, so I have some pictures to drop for you guys. And yeah, you can find us here as usual on Sundays at 8 p.m. for Waifu Views. You can find me here and there on the round table every Wednesday when they let the girls come out to play. And yeah, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe the Blerd Cartel on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. Also Blerd Official on YouTube, and theblerd.com, where you can find all of the shows that the Blerd Cartel produces, as well as articles, merch, the works. So once again, thanks for coming and joining us for the interview with the beautiful Blvck Bulmaa, and we'll see you next time.
All right, bye guys. Bye.
Bye. Ooh. Ooh.